Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Hey there, I have a question for you. Is your roof asphalt and does it look like it needs replacement? Did you get quotes and were you in sticker shock? Would you like to save not hundreds, but thousands of dollars? Did you call RoofMax? Well, call RoofMax with their patent-pending technology, which can add years to your roof without needing to replace it. And it's easy. You just pick up the phone for a free quote. Plus, they use state-of-the-art satellite technology to measure your roof. So, if your roof is over 7 years old, then you should call RoofMax today at 352-639-2777. That's 352-639-2777.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Wednesday, I want to remind you that tonight at the downtown market is Wiener Wars. You can go and judge hot dogs, and it benefits a great cause. So go on to Facebook to Eventbrite and look up the Wiener Wars, and you can find out how to purchase tickets there for that event tonight. Hey, just in time for Arbor Day, a new book is out called Now is the Time for Trees. It's been released that celebrates the power of trees and aims to inspire people to get involved in the tree planting movement. Joining us today is the author, Dan LAMBE, who is also the CEO of the Arbor Day Foundation. Dan, good morning to you.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing well. You know, I'm not what people would call a tree hugger, but I do understand the need for trees. Without it, it doesn't take our carbon dioxide and turn it back into oxygen. So I know that we're depleting our forest and everything. And when I was in college, I went on some pine tree planting expeditions with my college roommates and stuff, where we'd go and volunteer with some groups to plant trees. So I understand the need for trees, but why did you write this book to tell people that it's time for trees?
Well, I appreciate you sharing that. Everyone's got a tree story like you just shared. It is our 50th anniversary at the Arbor Day Foundation this year, and it happens to also be the 150th anniversary of the Arbor Day holiday. And we need trees now more than we ever have, so we thought this was the perfect time to write a new book. Now is the time for trees, to help remind people, inspire people, and just engage people in the tree planting movement.
Why is this book more important at this time than it was, say, in the past?
Well, everyone knows that trees we all learn in third grade that trees are good for us. They clean our air, clean our water. The teachers taught us that. But what we're finding today is there's health benefits that the trees are providing. There are the stormwater management benefits. When those heavy storms come through, a strong tree canopy can help reduce and prevent flooding. The carbon sequestration the trees are providing. There are threats to our trees in cities and towns and forests around the world like we've never seen before because of some of our changing climate. And that's why trees are more important than they've ever been, because they bring so many benefits to us. And that's what the book Now is the Time for Trees helps to do. It helps paint the picture of why it's so important. But it also just reminds everybody that with all the challenges we have out there, people can make a difference through the simple, elegant act of just planting trees. And that's what we're encouraging people to do.
So these stories are going to help inspire people to get involved with the tree planting movement. I understand that's the design of the book. So with that in mind, can you share some of the tree stories from the book?
You bet. So we had a number of celebrities, some of our friends and influencers who wanted to share their stories, like actress Rosario Dawson, journalist Soledad O'Brien, NASCAR driver Ryan Newman, a real cross-section of influencers who all just love trees, and they shared why trees are important to them. There's also some great stories about iconic and important trees in there, like the survivor tree in Oklahoma City that has survived the Oklahoma City bombing and now is a symbol of hope and inspiration and healing for people. There's the 9/11 Survivor Tree Seedling Program, which talks about how trees have been a part of helping New York City recover and reflect on the importance of peace. And there's just all kinds of great stories like that. And that's what Now is the Time for Trees is about. It's a validation for tree planters. You don't have to be a tree hugger. It's just making sure that we all recognize trees are really important in our neighborhoods, in our front yards, backyards, and in our forest lands.
You know, as Floridians, we have another important use for trees that a lot of people don't have, and that's it offers a whole lot of shade when it's so hot here in Florida.
Yeah.
You know, everybody wants that one parking spot in the parking lot that is shaded by trees, and yet they're like, planting trees in this parking lot. I would want to plant trees all over parking lots just so I didn't have to get in a hot car. So there's another benefit of trees that we have in Florida that a lot of people don't talk about. So tell us about the efforts of the Arbor Day Foundation and how people can get involved with the Arbor Day Foundation.
You bet. So the Arbor Day Foundation has been around for 50 years, and in those first 50 years, we planted nearly 500 million trees in more than 50 countries around the world, and we still have a lot of work to do. We're excited about what's ahead of us. We inspire people to plant, nurture, and celebrate trees, and you can learn more about the Arbor Day Foundation at our website at arborday.org. You can also get a copy of Now is the Time for Trees at our website at arborday.org, or you can get a copy of Now is the Time for Trees really anywhere you buy books, local bookstores or your online retailer. But the Arbor Day Foundation is all about inspiring people to plant trees. We're excited about the next 50 years and thankful to our members and our partners who have helped make this work possible.
I know that you've probably never been asked this question, but I think it's very important because I'm a guy of history and lore. Where would you think that one of the most famous tree planters known to Americans, how do you think Johnny Appleseed would feel about where the Arbor Day Foundation is nowadays at 50 years old?
You know, it's a great question, and I feel, Arbor Day was started not just because of the beauty of trees, but because of the importance and benefits of trees. It was started in Nebraska where there weren't any trees 150 years ago. And today, trees are needed more than ever, not just because of their beauty, but because of the benefits, like the shade you mentioned. Like it's about the benefits of trees. So I think Johnny Appleseed, I think those iconic leaders of forestry over the years would be really excited about the relevance and the work we're doing at the Arbor Day Foundation. And that's a part of this book. Now is the Time for Trees is just in helping to validate all those other tree planters out there that what they're doing is really important, and everybody can be a part of the movement.
Where can our listeners go to find more information, or where can they go to buy the book?
Well, I tell you what, anyone who wants to find a copy of Now is the Time for Trees can go to their local bookstore, you can go to any of the online retailers, or you can go to our website at arborday.org and find out more about Arbor Day coming up and more about the book Now is the Time for Trees.
We've been talking with Dan Lamb about the book, Now is the Time for Trees, and the importance and the need of more trees worldwide, not just in the United States. Go take a look at the Amazon 50 years ago and the Amazon now, and you'll see there's trees needed all around the world. Dan, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Great being with you. Have a great Arbor Day.
You as well. That's just I'm a big tree guy. I like sleeping under trees because they offer shade. My dog's a real big fan of trees. My dog, Natalie's in the building. So, you don't think about the need to go out and plant trees, but every time you see someplace that they take all the trees out to build a development or everything, you're reminded we need to replace those oxygenators somewhere.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
So, your mic's not even on. I turned her off. I turned her off.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
She's on now. But yeah, trees are. I mean, you at your house. I mean, you got a tree lined property.
Oh yeah. I have an acre, and at least probably about 3/4 of that is trees.
Yeah, it's just without trees, you wouldn't be able to put a hammock up.
Right. I mean, that would be very upsetting.
Without trees, you wouldn't have shade in your backyard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we have at our house, we have 2 big oak trees in the back and a big oak tree in the front. And they create so much shade. It shades 3/4 of the house. Mm-hmm. I guarantee it saves us $50 a month in air conditioning bill.
Oh, absolutely. And I love oak trees, man. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they are, especially when they're full and everything.
Yeah.
They're really nice. We got to take a break. When we come back, it's time. We got to talk about it. Yep. There were some fireworks last night towards the end of the city council meeting. We'll talk about that next, right here on Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
A natural gas well exploded at Barksdale Air Force Base Tuesday. Barksdale is in southeast Shreveport, Louisiana, injuring 2 contract workers. The cause of the explosion has not yet been determined. Heavy winds kicked up flames outside of Flagstaff, Arizona Tuesday, burning through 24 structures and forcing the evacuation of more than 700 homes. Jim Driscoll is the sheriff in Coconino County in northern Arizona.
This was a very difficult evacuation procedure. The rapid movement and progression of this fire made the evacuation much more difficult and complicated than we've had in the past.
Biden officials have a dilemma. Moderate Democrats are asking them to delay the repeal of Title 42 at the border, but doing so would upset the party's progressive base. That includes members of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus who are scheduled to meet with the president next Monday. USA Radio News.
Water. It's essential to life, but it's also something that so many of us here in America take for granted. Imagine how different your life would be without access to clean water in your home. What if you had to walk to the nearest creek, stream, lake, or pond to get water? Suddenly, going to work and school wouldn't be an option because you and your children would have to spend your days collecting water. This is the day-to-day reality of most families living in the world's poorest countries. But what if I told you that you can change that reality for just pennies a day? Through our water projects, Food for the Poor is working to meet the need for water in 17 impoverished countries. But it won't happen without you. Incredibly, it only takes $15 to provide a child access to clean water for life. $15, decades and decades of access to water for a child. Give the life-changing gift of water now. Just text USA Radio to 91999. Text USA Radio, all one word, to 91999.
Aren't qualified for your role.
Roses, a couple flats of impatience.
Ugh, what wrong? Need wood for fire.
I go get. I got wood for fire.
What takes so long?
Had to use restroom. Someone not refill toilet paper.
My bad. You wash hands?
Of course. What caveman you take me for?
You know, Dan, people who save money by switching to Mike Scott Plumbing sure are happy.
Well, Brittany, how happy are they?
Happier than a caveman with indoor plumbing.
Yep. Get happy. Get Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it. 237-2888.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have back service